So good afternoon, Ms. McCoy. Here we are again back in your office for a graduation update. Before you give your update, I would just like to say thank you to everyone in the community who has went beyond and went out of their way to make sure to recognize our seniors. We realize that this is very unfortunate what's happened for them, and our seniors have suffered enough. So anything that we can do as a school, as a community, our seniors deserve as much praise as possible because they are missing out on a lot. And I know that's got to be very, very tough for them. And again, so we just hang in there, seniors. We're here for you. We're doing the best we can in the community to recognize you and give you some celebration and recognition you deserve. I know we put banners up in front of the high school this morning to recognize our seniors. Yard signs, I know is coming for the high school and for downtown. And we're talking about doing a parade. But I know what everybody wants to hear about is graduation. So what have we looked at? What have we talked about? And I'll be the first to say there's no perfect plan out there. We have talked to, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 other districts. I've talked to several different superintendents. There's not, everybody's a little bit different in what they're doing, but I don't think there's any perfect way. So I just ask that you be understanding and work with us on the process the way that we're looking at doing graduation as we move forward. We feel like this is the best way to recognize our seniors and also for the families to be there and to be very personal event. So Ms. McCoy, talk us through some things we have coming up.
Okay, so May 7th and 8th, so that's next Thursday and Friday, we will start handing out cap and gowns, and those times will be put on Facebook and the district website and the high school's website so everybody will know when to come. That pickup this year will be in the student parking lot, so we've got plenty of room to be able to keep everybody socially distant and provide all the services that we need to provide.
They'll stay in their vehicle.
They're going to stay in their cars, and so the thought is, or the plan is, that we will have 2 stations set up. One with Miss Wynn and Miss Jarvis, so that they can collect textbooks if needed. If you haven't already turned in textbooks or equipment or uniforms or anything like that. So they can collect all those things and clear your senior bill and give you your ticket so that you can then go to the next tent and get your cap gown from Herb Jones. In your cap gown package, you're going to get a card with a time on it, and we'll talk about that time. That time is going to designate when you and your 4 family members can come to the gym and have your graduation ceremony. But before we get to the graduation piece, because May is so busy at the high school. May is just, it feels like you get up and every day is a new something that we do to honor the seniors with all rights, because they've worked for 13 years to get to this one day, right? So May 12th is going to be our senior awards night. Because of everything that's going on, we will have to do that virtually. So the plan is that the school leadership and a few honored guests, again, fewer than 10, we will be in the media center, and we will have the award ceremony through Facebook Live. And so we'll do some, hopefully be able to do some neat things to honor each senior and bring them as though they're there with us. So the week of the 18th, the week of May 18th, is when we will have the graduation ceremonies. And I say ceremonies because, like I was speaking before, in that cap gown package will be a card with a time. And so each senior will be given a time for them and their 4 family members to come and be in the gym. We'll have the stage set up, and they will get to walk across the stage, receive their diploma from Dr. Glover, have the professional photograph taken that I'll let Dr. Glover talk about in a minute, and we'll also video that. So the goal would be that you're going to get a photograph of, like you would normally, with the superintendent. We'll also have the photographer there to be able to take your picture with your family.
Right.
And we're going to take that video and put it all together at the end, so we have one big graduation ceremony to share with everyone.
So we'll have we prevent the Val and Sal, their awards. We'll also have their speeches. We'll hear your speech, and we will tie all of that into one very nice video
Yes.
for our seniors. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, that's correct. And so in addition to getting the photograph, they'll each get a copy of that video so that they'll have it. I don't think anyone will soon forget the graduating class of 2020, but we definitely want you to have as many mementos and keepsakes as you can take away from it.
Right.
And so on May 29th, which would have been the night that we were in the stadium doing graduation, the plan is to have that parade through downtown at 6. And so you'll be able to get your yard signs from here, and decorate cars or trucks or whatever you're riding in. And again, so that the community can celebrate you in all the ways that they feel like is appropriate, because you have worked hard. We are super proud of you, and again, hate that it has come down to this, that we're coming up with alternative ways to honor you.
And then if, say in June, some restrictions were to get lifted, I know it'd have to be a lot of restrictions for a full graduation. But one thing that the students shared with us was they would like to have a graduation if the numbers were up. So let's just say it was 100, so they could be with their friends and have a graduation. If they were totally restrictions were lifted, we could still have a normal graduation.
Absolutely. Yes,
okay.
That's the plan.
And so that's kind of what we have tried to take. I know when we talked to students the other morning, and they were more about, I want to see my friends. I've been with mom and dad for several weeks. I want to break from mom and dad. I want to see my friends. So we want a graduation with just our friends there and no parents, and we can have spacing and spread out. And although that was a great idea, and we know our students want that, we knew when we started talking to mom and dads, that's not what they were going to want. So, so what we're trying to do is take what mom and dad and give you that very that time that's very special in the gym. It's very personal. It's very respectful in the gym with your family. And then if we're able to have some other type of outside ceremony, we would do that later on. Some people may ask, well, why don't you just wait and do all of this later on in late June or July? And one of the reasons we want to go ahead, I hate to say this is a backup or get this done, is because we have students who are going to the military, that will be going to the military, and we have other students who could be moving or for job or for college, some athletes or different scholarships that students have got, and they will be already gone off to college if we were to wait until August. So we can play the summer a little bit more by ear, but we felt like doing the video gave the students and the families something that they have earned and something that they deserve. So that was our thought process all around that. I know some people have talked about, I know Leon County is doing a drive-through, which is a great idea, but I know with us talking and us talking to some families, we feel like that's not as personal a way to have graduation. And so we wanted to make it, like I said, respectful and as personal as we could for the student and the families.
That's right. So, and the other drawback from pushing it to June or July is we don't know if the CDC is gonna let us have that at that point, and it would be a shame to have pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and still not gotten to have something. So this is the kind of marriage of all the best possible circumstances that we find ourselves in right now.
And we have to meet with we've talked with the health department to make sure they're okay with how we're gonna be doing this and the details. I think you were gonna send a letter or something else to students, a very more detailed procedure of how we will do things, but that is the overall plan right now that we're looking at doing.
Yes, that's it.
So again, students, hang in there. We love you. We appreciate you. And again, we hope you understand that this is the reason we're doing this, and this is the plan that we have. And I appreciate you, Ms. McCoy and Coach Gray, and the staff here, the time y'all have put in to come up with a great plan to present to us, that we think that will recognize our seniors the best way.
Thank you. We just want what is best for them and everyone to stay as healthy as possible.
Continue to pray for us. We need all that we can get to get through this time, and God bless.